the world needs leadership. I've never known a time of as many crises abroad, and the world leaders are asking, where is the United States?
Where is the indispensable power? And you look at Bob Gates, and what I was saying the other night, when we looked around, nobody said anything, but you had Bob Gates sitting next to Dr. Brzezinski, sitting next to John Warner, sitting next to Brent Scowcroft, and without anybody saying anything from, in the talks, everybody was just talking around the table, chattering around the table. What's happened to this country? Who are going to replace these men? Who are the foreign policy giants of our age? And there just aren't any.
Well, I would argue John Kerry is a pretty experienced Secretary of State. But what I was going to say is you layer on top of all that the fact that we're in an election year, so we're kind of paralyzed from that standpoint. We have this crazy election going on. When I go overseas, all people want to understand is how can this work in America? How does it work? How does Donald Trump happen? How do all these people happen? And there's a complete preoccupation with our election and what's going to come out of it.
There's also, Secretary Kerry has given voice around the world to what America represents, but Bono was on the other morning, and what he was talking about is an element, plays a part in this. I mean, when America disappears from part of the world stage, it creates a vacuum, and nothing good comes into that vacuum. But America is more than just in Iraq or fighting ISIS. America is a force for good throughout the world. Bono pointed to that in his appearance the other day, especially the American military. The American military is one of the most powerful voices for an effective America throughout the world, and not just fighting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been hearing, and I'm sure everybody around this table has been hearing from foreign leaders and diplomats since 2009, 2010, that Barack Obama thinks he can go somewhere, deliver a speech, come back home, and he's done his job. That he thinks that that's actually the ends instead of a means to the ends. And you are right. He's popular among a lot of people across the globe, but among leaders, and this hasn't just happened the past year or two, there's been an extraordinary frustration.
It was really Syria and the Red Line was the big turning point for European allies.
Yeah.